Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vash Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hope all of you are doing very well. So welcome all of you for today's Bhakti Shastri class. So my voice is clear and it's not breaking.
Clear, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Okay, because I am in farm, Vela farm, and I have internet of mobile hotspot. So if it breaks anytime, just let me know. Then I can switch off my video. Okay. So somebody already the coordinator, na? I think is chosen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ha,
I'm
okay.
doing it.
You are
Thank you.
doing okay. Yes, Pruji. Yeah. So I'll keep my video off if required. Please kindly put my attendance.
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so uh, somebody would like to say a few points from the previous session we discussed. So if some of you have joined for the first time, I would like to tell that we generally discuss few points from the previous session and then we start the next discussion. So I request devotees to write down important points while you are attending the discussion. Okay, so Anish Prabhu, I'll make you co-host. Okay, so that if I drop out, you can be there. Who is the host? Okay. Yes, Sangeeta Mataji, please go ahead.
I'm not host, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I
Yeah,
just
you
wanted
had
to talk
raised
about the
hand for
points.
something.
Points.
Yeah, points. Yeah, continue with
Yeah.
the points. Yeah. Okay,
Last
Arjuna
time we
is there.
discussed about the flow of Shri Updeshamrut. There are two kinds of instructions. First step is in the Bhakti is the sadhana Bhakti and then pure Bhakti. And then we saw the preface where we talked about the Kesi movement, how it has proceeded from the six Goswamis, and then how this Rupa Goswami is the in charge for all of this. And we talked many things from the CC, like some.
You can share, yeah, one or two points. We don't have to do whole session revision by yourself. One or two points, if you share, that is sufficient. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Coach.
And if possible, we can do it in sequence. Okay. Yes, Amrish Prantu.
Yeah, we discussed about. I heard the recording on the YouTube playlist since I
Very
was
good.
not there
Very
last
good.
time.
Yeah.
So we discussed about the Yukta Vairagya principle, and you give example of like we owning a car, and then we dovetailing it in service of Krishna by using it in service of some sannyasi or any devotee for pick
Hmm.
up and drop. And
Hmm.
then at the same time was Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati who got a car for main purpose, like that's a main Yukta Vairagya.
Hmm.
So he
Correct.
purchased a car for preaching. So
Yeah.
that's a different thing. And for us, it is like sense objects are not like we are not doing neti neti. It's not
Hmm.
like we have to just discard them.
Hmm.
At the same time, we have to gradually dovetail them and then come to the platform of Yukta Vairagya.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Jai Shri Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Actually,
Hare
we
Krishna.
discussed about add up favorable things which are favorable for bhakti and abundant things which are not
Hmm.
favorable for bhakti, like avoid things that like urges of mind, speech, anger, and the urges of genitals, tongue, and belly. And also we say that adopt the things like enthusiasm, patience, and avoid bad association, following acharyas. Also
Hmm.
engage six loving exchanges with devotees, like giving and exchanging the gifts. Also avoid offenses and regular chanting. Do regular chanting. Resides in Dham and bathe in spot. Holiest, stay in holiest spot like Radhapur.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Pawan Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
So in last class we discussed how we can say that Rupa Goswami actually knows the heart of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One past time is that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu singing the And keeping in the mind and keeping Jagannath in mind, he sang some duet song representing like that. And only Rupa Goswami Pad only understood the bhava of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He written it in some paper kind of leaf, and he kept in the rooftop somewhere in the house. And later, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that, then he sharing that, see how Rupa Goswami Pad is so great that with Sarvda Mother Goswami, he was sharing that incident.
Hmm.
And another thing,
So what happened
Sukriti,
there? Swarup Goswami, what he said, how Rupa Goswami received your mercy? Basically, yeah. Basically, the point was that Rupa Goswami he has received your mercy. That's why he is able to know your heart. Yeah. So yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Continue.
and another thing is, if we have some Sukriti in us, definitely anyone can be easily able to enter into the bhakti. But later on, to progress into the bhakti, goodness is required. If we are mixture of the passion and ignorance, then our progress in bhakti will be little less. And in envoy one, the text one is there. So
Huh.
that will be telling that those things will help us to enter into the bhakti. But later on, if we want to advance in our Krishna consciousness, then it depends on the attitude of us.
Good. Thank you, Prabhuji. Balraj Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we talked about the study of Shastra authentically. In that, we discussed that the Shastra is the center, and the tripod that we talked about, the Sadhu, Guru, and Shastra is it. But Shastra is always the center. So Sadhu is always going to be like, and the Guru is always going to be talking from the Shastric point of view. If a Sadhu or the previous acharyas have not talked from the Shastras, so they are no longer sadhus again, and the Guru also the same way. So
No, not like that. We should not say like that exactly. What Prabhupada said is sadhus follow the shastras and gurus also follow the shastras. Okay, so Prabhupada said that if they are speaking not from shastra, then they are not qualified to be sadhus or gurus. So the whole understanding is that to the extent they follow the shastra, to that extent they are qualified to be guru or sadhus, like that. Okay, that's the overall understanding. Yeah, yeah. Yes, bro. Okay.
so that was
Mahadev, bro.
Yes, Prabhuji, already discussed all the things, but one point I
Yeah, yeah.
just wanted to
Anything
add.
else you can share? Yeah. Yeah.
Impures, you have explained the same concept with the strictly word you explained, like impures and pure, this concept you explained. That the impure means, in first it is in impure stage, then we have to progress into the semi-pure and pure stage.
Correct.
That the Yukta Vairagya, how can we apply in the same principle? You explain this point. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Okay. If there are anything remaining, you can share one or two lines. Yeah, we have to start. Yeah, Pratik Pro. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we talked about that by following the nectar of instruction first verse, we become Goswami, the master of senses, and by practicing that, we will become pure devotee, which means we will become practitioner of Shuddha Bhakti. We will not become a perfect person, but we will become a practitioner of Uttam
Correct.
Bhakti.
Correct. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So thank you very much for sharing so many points, and all of you are sincerely trying to participate in the discussion. Thank you. So we will continue today our discussion from the first verse of Nectar of Instruction. But yeah, as there was a long pending question, I think last time Amrish Pranpru had asked that question. We could not discuss Prabhuji last time because you were not available. So, and it's that discussion anyhow going to come in NY. So we can discuss that. You would like to tell your question again so that those who were absent
Yes,
can
Prabhuji.
understand. Yeah.
So basically, my question was that in one of the slide we read that the bhakti cannot start until we give up this sense gratification propensity.
Hmm.
So my question was that right now at this point we are not. I'm personally not at that stage that I have given up sense gratification, and at the same time I'm also trying to practice. So is it like that?
Hmm.
That how this is possible that I am getting some taste also in bhakti, but the desire for sense gratification is also not gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the main thing.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah. So as we had discussed already on this, in essence, I had told that Anat Nivritti itself is a part of the Uttama Bhakti process. So the very meaning of that Anat Nivritti is a fourth stage, is that anarthas can be there while one starts the bhakti process. Okay. And then it will gradually go away in the path when one goes ahead, and especially in the part of Anat Nivritti, the fourth stage, the anarthas will almost go away. Prayaki. Like Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Correct. So Prabhupada explained that Prayeshu means almost. And then almost means 75%, that Prabhupada told in one lecture. So we understand that, yeah, so anarthas can be there as one starts bhakti, but as one practices bhakti, the anarthas will go away. What is anartha? That which is undesirable. Artha means that which is desirable. Anartha means that which is not desirable. Okay, so we had discussed this, and the manifestation of these anarthas are in six forms: lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and pride, that we have discussed last time in essence. So today we will try to discuss little bit more from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the definition of Uttama Bhakti, and then also some relevant scriptures. Okay, and where is the evidence for what I am speaking now? Okay, there should be some Shastric evidence for this, correct? Because our presentation is based on Shastra. If it is not based on Shastra, then it can be also true, it can be wrong also. We don't know. Shastra is only guideline to verify whether it is true or not. Okay, otherwise anybody can speak anything. Okay, we don't know whether it is right or wrong. So we will try to discuss, because that Uttama Bhakti definition, until unless we understand, okay, we cannot discuss NOI also properly, because nectar of instruction itself we have to discuss based on practice of Uttama Bhakti. So we should know what is the definition of Uttama Bhakti. So I'll be sharing my slide. Okay. Yeah. So is it visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. So the question is, are you practicing pure devotional service? This is very, very pertinent question, because many times in ISKCON we don't know what we are practicing. We know there is something called pure devotee. There is something called pure devotional service. But many times we feel I am not doing that at least. Somebody else may be doing, but I am not doing, Baba. Yeah. Surely somebody else may be doing in ISKCON. But मेरा तो पूरा पक्का है. 20 साल हो गया, 25 साल हो गया, 30 साल हो गया, 40 साल हो गया, अभी तक तो भक्ति का स्टार्ट ही नहीं हुआ है. भक्ति का स्पेलिंग भी पता नहीं क्या है. ठीक है, तो like that many devotees have question and discussions. So and then many times question come based on this topic. So my general practice is first clear of this, then start the discussion of the Shastra. Okay, so we'll try to discuss this. So in order to understand whether we are practicing something or not, we have to know the definition of it, right? Until unless we know what we are wanting to practice or not practice, first we have to know what it is. Correct, like that. Okay. Yeah, so here is the definition. Okay, so you can be on mute and then repeat along with me. Anyabhilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktiruttama. Okay, so here it says the highest bhakti, bhakti uttama. Tama means ignorance or lower. Uttama means which is beyond that, beyond the modes. Okay. And another meaning of Uttama is like superlative. Okay. Superlative degree. Comparative superlative that we have learned in English, right? So it's superlative degree. Bhakti Uttama, highest, is defined as what? Continuous service or emotions. Either there should be service through the senses physically or service through the mind. Okay. So that word Rupa Goswami uses here as Anu Shilanam. Shila means activity. Anushilanam is following after the previous acharyas or continuously. Both meanings are there for the word anu. Okay, the anu word has two meanings. Either following behind the previous acharyas, like we have Rupa Anuga, which I explained earlier. Anuga means following after Rupa Goswami. Similarly, Anushilanam. Anu means that which follows after. Activity is Shilanam. That activity which follows after. Or another meaning is continuous. Anu has also another connotation is continuous. Okay. So So till now what we read, two terms. Bhakti Uttama is defined as what? First in that is Anushilanam. It should be Anushilanam. Okay. Then it goes ahead directly towards Krishna or his expansions or others related to him. Means like Guru, Sadhu. Okay. Those who are people connected to him, like that. So even service towards them is also counted in highest bhakti. Okay. That word Krishna includes these three entities: Krishna, expansions of Krishna like Rama, Narsimha, etc. And even the people who are attached to Krishna like devotees. So all three categories are included in the word Krishna. Okay. So that is explained in the commentary by Jiva Goswami. Okay. With a pleasing attitude towards Krishna. Anukulyena. The word is not anukul here. The word is anukulyena. Anukulyena is a specific word saying that with a pleasing attitude. Okay, it may not be seeming to be pleasing. Like example they give, is Yashoda Mata is putting down Krishna to protect the milk which was on stove. Obviously, that time we didn't have such stoves which are currently, but the wooden stove. And she kept down Krishna, and Krishna was seemingly angry. Okay, but actually he was happy within that Yashoda Mata, and then he did Damodar Leela, obviously we know. So Anukulyan means pleasing attitude. So Yashoda Mata kept down Krishna with a attitude to please Krishna because she wanted to save the milk which was meant for making butter for Krishna only ultimately. Okay, so that's how the word is Anukulyana. So it's not Anukul like another example Rupa Goswami, sorry, the Jiva Goswami gives is the demons are fighting with Krishna. They are pleasing Krishna, but they are not having the attitude to please. So it is not bhakti. It's not Uttama bhakti. Okay, like that. Now next is it should be devoid of desires other than desire to please the Lord. Okay, so this is the most difficult part which devotees feel. First one is obviously continuous service, Anushilanam. Are we doing continuous service first of all? Somebody may be doing, surely I am not doing. Okay, so I will give time for question answer. So after I pause, I will ask for question answer. Then you can raise hand. Otherwise, I feel little distracted. Yeah. So it should be devoid of desires other than the desire to please the Lord. Anya abhilasha ita shunyam. So anyabhilashita shunyam. That word he is explained like this. Any desire other than to please the Lord should be given up. This also devotees many times feel very difficult. First is continuous service we are not able to do. So many times Maya is attacking and we are not continuously surely not serving. Second is there are so many other desires we have, Prabhuji. Correct. So we are not doing pure bhakti. And unobstructed. It should be unobstructed. By what? It's not about sleep or hunger. It's unobstructed by impersonal jnana. Okay. The materialistic rituals. So jnana and karma. These two things, jnana karma, the anavritam. Avrit means to cover. Anavrit means to uncover. Okay, it should be uncovered. From what? Gyan and karma. Gyan is what? The tendency that one has to uh, merge in Brahman, to lose one's identity. That is called Jnana tendency. One should be free of this. Second is the tendency to enjoy by going to Swarga. Okay, that goal has to be given up. If all these four things match, then one is practicing Uttama Bhakti. What are the four things I have written in the shloka? Now we can see. First is I have marked here Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. First criteria. Second, it should be Gyan Karma Adi Anavritam. Adi is the word for tapasya, austerity, basically, or following morning and evening sandhya vandanam, all the ritualistic thing, varnashram related things. Okay, that comes in the word Adi. So second is that criteria that should be there. Third criteria is anukulyena. It should be favorable or pleasing attitude towards Krishna. Okay, and then anushulena bhakti uttama. It should be continuous without breaking. Correct. That is fourth criteria. So if these four criteria are matched, then one is practicing Uttama Bhakti. So my question to Prabhuji, Amrish Prabhu is, Prabhuji, in this four, which one are you able to fulfill and which not? Which one you are not able to fulfill?
Uh, this Anabhilashita Shunyam. So this like we try for this continuous service, but it's not there.
Hmm.
So Then Gyan Karma also like not desiring for like liberation or impersonal. That is also not there. Trying for like happily serving Krishna.
Okay, so second one you are qualified, you are saying. First one you feel doubt.
That continuous service.
Yeah. Third one is also doubtful.
Uh, Anukulena Krishna though. Okay, Krishna. No. So yeah, pleasing attitude, because generally the question comes that what I'm doing, is it pleasing to Krishna or not? That,
Yes,
that
yes, yes,
so that
correct.
question comes a lot,
Okay.
because when someone says like it is pleasing, then it is fine. But most of the
Hmm.
time we don't know only that it is our mind saying, or is it like really pleasing to Krishna?
Okay. Yeah, very
Yeah.
practical. Yeah. Okay.
And then Shilam Bhaktinam Uttama.
Anushilanam. Yeah.
Yeah, Anushinilam Bhakti Uttama.
Continuous.
Yeah, continuous also is so.
I think if you tell continuous, everybody will start laughing. Yeah, okay. So yes, Ruji, thank you for your honest expression. Yeah, so yeah, this is the common thing. I'm just talking to you because it's everybody's case almost. Okay, that we feel. Yeah, so basically, here two terms I have written in the corner in that right side bottom. If you see, two words I have used. One is anartha, another one is abhilasha. So these two words we have to first clear off in our understanding. What are the meanings of these two words? Anartha I already explained, that which is unwanted. What unwanted? Desires. Unwanted desires. So that I have pointed out in this Anyabhilashita Shunyam. So if you see the word, root word here is Abhilasha. Okay. In Anyabhilashita Shunyam, the root is Abhilasha. In that, what has to be done? Anya has to be applied. Means anything which is Abhilasha basically means which I seek, which I hanker. Okay, which is my goal, Abhilasha. Anya Abhilasha means something other than my goal. Should be zero, Shunyam. Okay. But here the word ita is also there. Basically that word, just like we have the word uh, jadata. Jada means inert. Jadata means that which is having inertness. Okay, the ness is there in the English. That prefix, sorry, suffix is there. Softness, inertness. Okay, that ness means a state of something. It is in a particular state. Okay, so I will tell that word, I rephrase in English. The word Anyabhalashita Shunyam is the state of being free of desires other than one's goal. Okay, if you want, you can write somewhere. The state of being free of the desires which are other than one's goal. Okay, I'll try to write here in chat box. I'll also forget after some time. Okay, so it's a state of free of desires other than one's goal. Okay, so this is the English synonym of Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Okay, means we should be in a state of being free of the desires which are not our goal. So if our goal is Krishna Prema, then anything which is other than that desire, we have to be free of that. And being in that state is called Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Okay. Hope it is clear for everyone. So now the root word here is Abhilasha. Abhilasha means that which is our cherished desire, that which is our cherished goal. Huh. So now that goal is Abhilasha. For most of us, it is Krishna Prema. Okay. So anything apart from that should be given up. That should not be our goal. Okay. That is the meaning of that term. Okay. So that's why these two words I have used, Anartha and Abhilasha. So Anartha Shunyam is not told in the verse. Does the definition have Anartha Shunya? No. If it was there, then Anartha Nivritti will not be there. Because to start only, we will start from Anartha is gone. Na? That is not there in the shloka. Rupa Goswami did not put it Anartha Shunyam. What did he put it as? Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Okay. So that's very, very important point to note. It should be free of the desires which we have something other than our goal. Okay. So many times we don't understand the term itself, and then we decide whether we are practicing bhakti or not. But have we understood what is expected? No, no, Prabhuji, that I never endeavored to understand what is told in the shloka. But I know I am not doing pure bhakti, surely, Prabhuji. Because something pure, how can I do? Okay. So many times we have that understanding. Okay. So now let's go ahead. Yeah. So now, if anybody says, okay, this is a definition of bhakti, then there are two parts of bhakti, Vidhi and Vaidhi bhakti. What is definition of Vaidhi bhakti Rupa Goswami is giving? So you can repeat along with me, being on mute. Yatra ragana vaptatvat pravrittir upajayate शासनेन एव शास्त्रस्य स वैधि भक्तिर उच्यते. Now, here is the definition of Vaidhi Bhakti. What is that? Where the actions, okay, A is missing there. Actions of Bhakti arise. From where does it arise? Not from the attainment of Raga. Raga means not spontaneous. Raga is spontaneous attraction towards Brajvasis or Krishna. That is not there in the devotee, but still he is doing actions of Bhakti. But from where it's coming? By the teachings of scriptures. Shashanena eva. Shashan. Shashan word is there. Shash dhatu. Shashan means to rule. Who is ruling? Shastra. Shastra ka. Shastrasya. Sashti vibhakti. Shastra ka शासन है वहां पर. Okay. Teaching of the scriptures are ruling that person. And then by the teaching of the scripture, what he is doing? Bhakti. That type of bhakti is called what? Vaidhi bhakti. This is a part of Uttama Bhakti. And second type is Raganuga, where one follows somebody who is a Vrajvasi. Okay, that we are not discussing now. Okay. So now what is the proof Rupa Goswami gives in the next shloka in the Bhaktiram Sindhu 1.2.7? Yatha Dvitiya, as in the second canto, where 2.1.5. What is that reference? So Rupa Goswami gives a presentation. He gives a definition of something. He presents from the Shastra that this is there in the Shastra. This is not my definition. He is proving it from Shastra that this is what I am saying is there in Bhagavatam. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavyah Kirtitavyascha Smartavyah Cha Ichhata Abhayam. Okay. Yeah. So thus, this is illustrated in second canto. O descendant of King Bharata, one who desires to be free from all miseries must hear about, glorify, and also remember the personality of Godhead, who is the super soul, the controller, and the savior from all miseries. So, what is Rupa Goswami taking out from here? He is taking out a person who wants to practice bhakti is instructed in this shloka. What is he instructed in? He should do hear, glorify, and remember. Shrotavya, Kirtitavya, and Smartavya. These three things he should do. So, this is a Shastra, Bhagavatam, instructing a person to do it. So, it's called Vaidhi Bhakti. Under the instruction of Shastra, the person agrees. Okay, I am ready to do. For what purpose? Practicing bhakti. Okay, and then automatically it will lead to saving of from all miseries. All miseries will go away. And then another definition he gives now. Sorry, another shloka he quotes. So this is the 8th verse. Padme. Cha. In the Padma Puran. What is said? Smartavya satatam Vishnuhu Vismartavyo na jatuchit Sarva vidhi nishedhashu etayor eva kinkaraha. In the Padma Puran it is said one should always remember Vishnu and never forget him. All injunctions and prohibitions are dependent on these two principles. So why Rupa Goswami has quoted this? Because what does the shloka contain? One word. Okay, if you notice, the shloka contains Anushilanam, the fourth aspect. See the fourth point there in the shloka. What is the fourth aspect? Continuous service. So Rupa Goswami is citing where is the continuous service mentioned in the Shastra. This is not my definition. It's there somewhere in Shastra. I'm all putting it together in one place. Okay. So he is saying here, Satatam Vishnu. One should worship, sorry, remember Satatam Smartavya. Always remember Satatam. Satatam is constantly. Okay. How does proper translate here? Yeah, always remember and never forget. Yeah. Okay. Now, interesting to read the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti on this. Yeah. So, Amrish Pranpu, would you like to read?
Yes, please. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur commentary. Because all rules are dependent upon remembrance of Vishnu, if one remembers Vishnu, what is instructed in all the other rules is accomplished. And because all prohibitions, such as killing cows and brahmanas, are also included in the rule to remember Vishnu, if one forgets Vishnu, that person should be considered to have accrued unlimited sin produced by committing all the prohibited acts. Satatam means every day, not every second, since continuous remembrance would be impossible to do in sadhana bhakti. This would produce loss of faith in the rules of bhakti because they would be impossible to follow.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, the first doubt which you had that you should do continuous service. So, what was your understanding at that time?
Because probably my understanding continuous is like because the thoughts keep changing and we keep remember. I'm not able to remember Krishna while doing like what to say about uh, like mental activities like my job and other things. Even while chanting, also I may forget that I'm chanting the holy name. So
Correct.
even doing that means service also keep forgetting that holy name is not different from Krishna. Or while doing
Correct.
deity worship also when the deities are in front, that time also I forget that okay these are non different from temple
Yeah.
deities or like Sumni
Yeah.
Godhead. So that
So, my question is, did you read anywhere in the Shastra that if you don't remember throughout in your chanting or your service Krishna, then you are not doing bhakti? Did you read anywhere?
I've not read, but I've heard in a lot of lectures that
No, no, no. My question is
yeah,
not hearing
yeah.
about lectures. I'm having very specific question. Did you read it somewhere in the Shastra?
No, but not till now.
Okay. ठीक है. Now, here something Vishwanath Thakur is saying.
Hmm.
He's our Revered Acharya. He's saying something. Can you read that highlighted portion? Bold line.
Satatam means every day, not every second. Since
Okay.
continuous remembrance would be impossible to do in sadhana
Mm.
bhakti.
Okay. So sadhana bhakti means basically Vaidhi sadhana bhakti here because we are almost all practitioners of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. That definition I quoted.
Yeah.
So satata means every day,
Hmm.
prati dinam. Okay. Not every second,
Every
not
second.
prati chanam.
Hmm.
That Vishnu Jadakur is clarifying here. That for sadhaka, that meaning should not be taken of satatam means every moment, but it should be every day. That will qualify for them as anushilanam. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So this point, do you agree, Prabhuji, that you are doing it every day?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So one fourth of the translation of the sorry, one fourth of the definition you have qualified for practicing Uttama Bhakti. Which part? Anushilanam you have qualified.
Anushilanam. Hmm.
Okay. So one fourth is done. Okay. Now let's go ahead. So in order to understand the other three parts, basically Anyabhilashita, which is a major point because Gyan Karmadi Anavritam, I think already we asked, I can ask you again. Do you think you have a desire to merge into impersonal Brahman
No,
as your
Prabhuji.
goal, as your
No,
goal of
no,
bhakti?
no,
Abhilasha. No, you don't
no,
have that Abhilasha. That means
no.
you have given up that Abhilasha. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, that Jnana you have done. Okay. And karma, do you feel you have to go to Swarga to enjoy as the goal of your practicing bhakti?
No.
Or at least enjoy Mahaprasad. Mahaprasad, okay, we can enjoy. Enjoy something which is not offered to Krishna. Do you have that goal? Goal of
At least
bhakti, not goal of,
no.
I am not asking your ulterior
Uh,
desires, which may come
yeah, yeah,
sometime and go.
yeah,
But do you have
yeah.
that goal of bhakti?
No, no, no,
The goal
no,
of your bhakti or chanting is to enjoy that rasgulla which is not offered.
no,
No, okay.
no,
That is
no.
definition of karma. Until unless we understand the definition of the terms, the definition of karma is to enjoy something which is not offered to Krishna. Okay. And
Hmm.
it can be karma yoga. Okay. Which can be there, karma yoga. But here the word karma is not in that sense. Okay. So if you go back to the definition, yeah. See what it is saying? Okay. Yeah, where it is? Last line. Jnana karma adi anavritam. So jnana unobstructed by what? Avritam is covered. Anavritam is unobstructed, uncovered by impersonal jnana. So if you don't have goal of going to Brahman, merging into Brahman by practicing bhakti, you may have some ulterior motive and sometimes you may get the desire that, oh, yeah, devotees are also so many times troubling so much. Let me be alone. That may come, but that is not the goal of your practice, I hope. You know, you understand sadhu sangha is the basis of bhakti and you want
Yes,
it. But you
Yes.
want the Sangha, Sadhu Sangha is defined as association of those who are like-minded. The definition of Sadhu Sangha, many times it's not understood. They think any Sadhu, we have to take Sangha. So Sadhu Sangha, Rupa Goswami is defined as Sajatiya Snigdhe Satovare. These three qualifications, yes, but Sajati means like-minded, Snigdha means affectionate, Satovare means superior to ourselves. If these three things are there, then that person should be associated with. And everybody should not associate with everybody, because these three may not qualify. So as we discuss ahead, it will come Sajatiya, like-minded. Our goal and his goal are matching. Even in Bhakti, there are different goals, and that goals are matching. Snigdhe, he's affectionate to us. He's not having envy towards us. He's not having disheartened with us. Okay. And Snigdhe Satovare, he is superior to us. These three are mentioned. Then we want that person's association, and that Sangha we want, and that is the goal of our Bhakti, not going to Brahman. And Karma, as I explained, we don't have desire to go to Swarga and enjoy. Okay. So these two also, I believe you have qualified. Am I right?
Yes, Puji.
All others can answer individually. No need to answer me. You can answer it in your notebook and see what you are qualifying and what you are not. Because practicing Uttama Bhakti, practicing pure Bhakti, very, very subjective. I can never say that everybody is practicing. I can never say that nobody is practicing. You have to evaluate yourself. Are you qualifying all these four factors? If yes, then good. If not, then we have yet to reach. Okay. So, but we have to understand properly what is the definition of the shloka which is told. If we don't know the definition itself, then we cannot assess ourselves. Okay. So we have covered two parts, Prabhuji, that you have agreed to. Anushilanam you have cleared, and Gyan Karma Dhyanavritam you have cleared. So 50% of the definition you are following. Is it correct?
Yes, Puji.
Okay, go ahead. So now let us discuss about the definition of mixed devotional service. Then only we can understand, are we practicing mixed? If somebody says, I am not practicing pure Prabhuji, then you must be practicing mixed at least. Correct? Because some bhakti you are practicing. Correct? कुछ तो चल रहा है. ठीक है. क्या चल रहा है देखते हैं. Mixed कर रहे हैं क्या? Abhisandha yohim sam. Okay. This is from third canto, Lord Kapila's section, teachings to Devahuti. Third canto, 29th chapter, shloka 7 to 20, a part of that. So abhisandhaya yohim sam dambham matsaryam evacha eva sambrami samrambhi bhinna drig bhavam mai kuryat sa tamasah. Yeah, please read the translation, Prabhuji.
The angry person, Samrambhi, devoid of compassion, Bhinnadrak, who worships me, Yamai Bhavam Kuryat, with intentions, Abhisandhya, of violence, pride, and hatred, Himsam, Dambham, Matsaryam, is tamasic in his bhakti, Satamsa.
Yeah. So who is a person who is practicing bhakti in the mode of ignorance? Bhakti is not in mode of ignorance. The person who is practicing is in the mode of ignorance. Bhakti is transcendental. We all know. So very specific word is used here, abhisandhaya. Abhisandhaya means intentional or goal, with the goal of something. What is this person's goal? Violence, pride, and hatred. So my question to you, Prabhuji, is, are you practicing bhakti with these as your goal? No.
No.
So you are not qualified for this tamasic bhakti. Okay. So Vishayan Abhisandhaya, yes, Aishwaryam eva va archadav archayed yomam prithak bhava sa sa rajasah. Yeah, please read translation.
He who worships me, Yamai Archet, in the
Just read the
forms,
English part. It's
okay,
okay.
he who worships me in the forms of deities and others, with desire for other objects, with goal of material gain, fame, or wealth, has Rajasic Bhakti.
Huh. So now again my question to you, Prabhuji. Are you practicing bhakti with the goal of desiring these objects? I'm not asking whether you have that anartha, that unwanted desire may be there. But I'm asking, the word is abhisandhaya, with the goal for the other objects, okay,
Mm,
in the form of deities or others. Basically, what are the objects of enjoyment? Everybody knows what are their objects of enjoyment. Nobody has to tell them. So, are you practicing bhakti to attain those objects, or practicing bhakti to remove them?
to remove them.
To remove them. You have understood that they are
Yes,
anartha,
yes,
and it will go away in anarth nivritti.
yes,
So, you are
yes.
not qualified for this bhakti. Okay. ठीक है. Karmani raharam uddishya रश्मिन् इवा तद् अर्पणं यजेद यष्टव्यम् इति वा पृथग् भावः स सात्विकः. Please read.
He who worships me with a desire to destroy karma, making his works an offering the Supreme Lord, or executing the worship as a duty, having a desire for liberation, has Sattvic Bhakti.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. So again, same question. So is the bhakti which you are doing having this goal to destroy karma, making your works as an offering to Supreme Lord, or miss with a desire to destroy karma, or execute the worship as a duty, no desire to please the Lord, only as a duty, or with a desire for liberation? Okay. So is your goal of practicing bhakti these things, or is the goal Krishna Prem?
Goal is Krishna Prem,
Hmm.
but right now I'm doing it like as a duty only. Like,
Okay,
so,
I am
yeah.
asking whether you want to give up that attitude of doing it dutifully,
Yes,
or you
yes.
want to continue it.
I want to give up, like come
Yeah.
to that platform of like
Goal is clear. I'm asking
yes,
only about
yes,
goal.
yes,
Goal is clear.
yes,
Uddishya.
yes, yeah.
Your Uddesh is clear.
So this is clear.
हाँ,
Yeah.
ठीक है. So you are not qualified Prabhuji for this bhakti. Okay. Sattvic bhakti you are not able to do because this is not your goal. You want to give this up, liberation and all.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Okay. Now the question comes then, okay, Prabhuji, I am not doing goodness, passion, ignorance, bhakti. Then what am I doing? Doing something surely. Chanting तो कर रहा है एकदम डेली तो कर चल रहे हैं मैं टेम्पल भी जाते हैं कुछ तो चल रहा है लेकिन ये तीनों नहीं कर रहे ठीक है तो what we are doing then now we will see the definition of pure bhakti by Kapila next shloka madguna shruti matreण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिर अविच्छिन्ना यथा गंगा अंभसो अम्बुदौ लक्षणं भक्ति योगस्य निर्गुणस्य हि उदाहृतम् अहेतुकी अव्यवहिता या भक्ति पुरुषोत्तमे. Yeah, please read Proji English.
Because the mind, by hearing about my qualities, flows continuously to me, the Supreme Lord residing in the hearts of all people, just as Ganga flows to the ocean. It is said that the quality of bhakti beyond the gunas is absence of results other than bhakti unto the Lord and lack of obstructions from other processes.
Hmm. So this is the definition of Uttama Bhakti, pure Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti. So many names are there. Here the word is told Nirguna. Okay, beyond the three modes. Okay, so this has things like, see, we'll go one by one. Okay, by hearing about my qualities. So this has elements like hearing about the quality of the Lord. Okay, flows continuously to me. Okay, in this type of bhakti, the Supreme Lord residing in the hearts of all people, just as the Ganga flows to the ocean, yatha Ganga ambhasa ambudao, it is said that the quality of bhakti beyond the gunas is absence of results other than bhakti. Means karma and jnana he has given up. He is not wanting results from karma and jnana. Means he doesn't want liberation. He doesn't want swarga. And lack of obstruction of other process. That is also same thing. Basically, karma and jnana or adi. Adi word was there, na? Jnana karma adi, anavritam. Adi also not there in this. Austerity, too much austerity, all become like Naga Baba, like that. That all should not be there. So this is called bhakti beyond the three modes. Okay. So are we doing this type of bhakti? That question comes. Okay. So we'll just read this and then discuss. Sa eva bhakti yogakhya atyantike udahrita ya yena ati vrajya trigunam madbhavo upapadyate. Yeah, please read.
The highest state of existence is called bhakti, by which one surpasses the three gunas and attain prema for me.
Yeah. So mad bhava means prema for me. Upapadyate he attains. So this is bhakti which is beyond the three modes, which is having pure faith, pure shraddha. What is that pure faith? That definition was told anya balashita shunyam gyan karmadi anavritam anukullena krishnanushulanam. So this bhakti is said by this one will surpass the three gunas. Okay, this bhakti is by which one will surpass the three gunas. He has not surpassed. Yena ativrajya trigunam. He is going to surpass by practicing this bhakti. It's not saying that until unless you surpass, you cannot start pure bhakti. Kapil Dev is not saying that. You will surpass it by practicing this. That means the person is already in three modes. He is having some impurity. See the right side of the corner of the slide. I have written impurity is there, anartha is there, conditionings are there. He is having all that other kind of desires to enjoy sense objects. Correct. But that is not because of his Shraddha. It's not based on his faith. He has faith that Krishna Prema have to attain. But that is because of his conditioning. So Sanskrit word for it is Swabhava. Means Swabhava means that which is there as a material impression in one's heart. From many, many lifetimes we have accumulated the desire to enjoy sense objects. Okay. That now are you wanting to fulfill or you want to give up such conditioning or such three gunas?
To give up.
To give up. Okay. So that means here from here it seems that you have not surpassed three gunas and you want to give up. So you are it's seeming that you are qualified for pure bhakti. Okay, but still two elements from there which are there, Anya Abhilashita, that will come. Okay. Okay. Now I have few questions here. Okay. So what is contaminated? Or what is that which is contaminating in this? So is the bhakti which is contaminated? Basically, three definitions we saw, na? Goodness, passion, ignorance. Bhakti in three modes. What is the bhakti contaminated? Surely not. So bhakta who is contaminated? So what does the bhakta really mean? Why and what is contaminated? Is the soul contaminated? Sure,
No.
surely soul cannot be contaminated.
No.
So Swabhava, or is it the past life? Some impressions are there in his uh, heart, which is contaminated, or is it the faith itself is contaminated? Okay, faith cannot be contaminated if he has those four qualifications met from the Anya Abhilashita Shloka. Okay, that out of which two we have discussed. So these are the pertinent questions. Okay, now we will just see what are the classic characteristics of somebody practicing Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, which is part of Uttama Bhakti. Okay, what can be the characteristics? So here you can see below I have written Uttama Bhakti, Sadhana Uttama Bhakti has two parts, Vaidhi and Raganuga. Okay, and what is the characteristic of such a person? Jat Shraddho Mat Kathasu Nirvinna Sarvakarmashu Veda Dukkhatmakam Kaman Parityage Api Anishwarah Tato Bhajet Mam Pritah Shraddhalo Dridha Nishchayah Jushamanascha Tan Kaman Dukkha Darkamsha Garahan. Yes, please read.
Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories, being disgusted with all prescribed activities, that is Varna Ashram, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still being unable to renounce all the sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents such activities.
Hmm. Yeah. So here basically 6 points are mentioned if you see. So first is Jat Shraddha Mat Kathasu. Such practitioners who are practicing Vaidhi sadhana have these six characteristics. First is he has awakened faith in the process of bhakti. That this Bhagavad Gita, what it is teaching is good. Bhagavatam, what it is teaching is good. It will give me Krishna Prema. That faith one has awakened. Okay. Second, Nirvinna Sarva Karmashu, disgusted from all prescribed duties, basically Varnashma duties. Okay. So that we'll discuss later, but this includes like Sandhya Vandanam, ritualistic duties, which are not limbs of bhakti. Limbs of bhakti are Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam, all those things. So that he disgusted with. Means he doesn't want to do. He doesn't think that it is going to help in my bhakti, so I don't need to do it. He has that faith. Third, Veda Dukkhatmakam Kamana. Understands that sense gratification leads to misery. Parityage api anishvara. Still unable to give up that sense gratification. Okay. This is characteristic of not somebody who is a karmi. It's characteristic of a person who is doing Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. And who is saying this? This from 11th canto, 20th chapter, 27, 28 verse, Krishna is saying to Uddhava. Lord Krishna himself is telling. Somebody can say, no, no, that sage told. Well, I don't know whether he knows the bhakti definition. No, no. Krishna himself is telling. Okay, so surely Krishna knows the definition of bhakti. Parityagi api anishvara. He is unable to give up. Fifth point. Jusamanascha tan kaman dukkha udarkamscha garhan. Unable to give up sense gratification. And then he sincerely repents for engaging in such acts. He knows I am not able to give up, but he doesn't keep it as his goal. He doesn't enjoy doing it. He wants to give it up. Okay. And sixth is Krishna's instruction is to them. Tato bhajet mam pritah. Shraddhalu Drinashya. Remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Okay. So these are the characteristics of Vaidhi sadhakas who are the practitioners of Uttama Bhakti. So I am asking to you now, Prabhuji, and all others. Yeah. So are you practicing this kind of bhakti? Are
Yes,
you
Prabhuji.
feeling the question which you put is answered in this slide that actually impurities are there, but I want to give up?
Yes.
It's not the goal of my bhakti.
These five are like it's
Hmm?
matching. These
Matching.
five things
Okay.
are matching. Yeah.
Yeah. So see, you are not qualified for those three types of bhakti: goodness, passion, ignorance. You told,
Mm.
and then now you are saying this seems to be matching. Correct. So it seems you are practicing Uttama Bhakti only, pure Bhakti. And it looks very audacious, Prabhuji, that somebody tells I am practicing pure Bhakti. So much somebody may tell you are proud, actually. Okay. So we don't have to be proud, but if we have understood the definition properly and all the four tick marks are there, then we can humbly accept that we are practicing pure Bhakti. Being humble enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what was remaining? Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Gyan karma dhyanavritam. Yeah. So now the first part of that we will just do Anyabhilashita Shunyam. Yeah. So see this, Prabhuji. Here, now there are two parts for any desire to be there. This I have explained in short. Here, one is that desire which is coming out of his Shraddha or his Bhakti, Shraddha, which is his goal. Okay. And there are other desire which comes out in one's heart also, which is not his goal. So Arjuna also says, Athakkena prayuktayam papam charati purusha anichchanapi varshnaya baladivad niyojita. Anichchana, without my iksha, somebody is pushing me to engage into these things. Okay. So like that, Krishna, Arjuna says to Krishna. That is referring to what? Conditioning. That these all things are there which are there in my heart, but I don't have ichha for it. इच्छा नहीं है वो करने की, but somebody is pushing me to do. Who is that? His swabhava. Okay. So now there are two types of desire. One is based on conditioning, which is like, I dislike. And there are other type of desire which is based on Shraddha, which is based on teachings of scripture. What are those? I want to please my spiritual master. But anarthas, what are the desires which are unwanted? I want to enjoy sense objects. Then Abhilasha is there that I want to progress in spiritual life. It's based on scriptures and one wants to do it. One has kept it as goal. And then another is I want to slap that person. Okay. So these are something which are against the scriptures. Okay. So those conditioning may be there, but one want to give it up. So when we say Anya Bhilashita Shunyam, are you clear that you have only those part green side, which is your Abhilasha that you want to fulfill? Okay. And the Anartha you don't want to fulfill. Are you okay with that? Not audible.
Yeah. So this comes Prabhuji, but like this the green part,
Hmm.
totally trying to like for that, striving for this these qualities.
No, no, I'm not asking you attained it. I'm asking, are you having that goal? Abhilasha is
No,
translated not as attainment, goal.
no, that goal is not there Prabhuji right now.
No, no, goal is green one or there or not?
Green one is goal. Green one is goal.
And red one you want to give up or not?
Yes.
Okay, ठीक है. So then third part you have cleared. Anya Bhalashita Shunyam is there. Means your goal is to give up sense gratification.
Yeah.
Anarthas. Goal is there. Okay. So Anya Bhalashita Shunyam is done. Gyan Karmadi Anavritam is done. Okay. Anushilanam is done. Continuously you are not able to do. It means that every moment you are not doing, but every day you are doing.
Yes.
What is remaining is Anukulyana. So now my question to you is, are you having an attitude to please Krishna while doing your service or chanting? Is that your goal of practicing
Yes.
bhakti?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
goal. You want that to be fulfilled by bhakti.
Yes.
Okay. So my answer to your whole question is, you don't have to worry. Bhakti will take care from anartha nivritti, nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhava, prema, all that will come in your life because you are qualified to practice pure bhakti. And these things will come gradually in your life. You don't have to take headache about them, that these things are there. Bhakti itself will clear it off. You have to focus on the limbs of bhakti. You keep doing it. Those things will go away in due time. Okay. So according to my analysis and understanding of the Shastra, you are qualified for doing Uttama Bhakti. Okay. And those who have tick marked these four things, they are also qualified. Okay. So if you are qualified, then you can expect the results of Uttama Bhakti. What are the results? Anatnivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, all these things you can expect. Okay, in due course of time. Okay. So where somebody may ask, okay, Prabhuji, this you have told, but where is the reference for this Shraddha, Swabhava, okay, all these things you are telling, where is the reference for this? So this is there in one book called Jaiva Dharma, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written. She is our one of the revered acharyas. So he has put these words in his book. So what we'll do, two, three more slides are there. We'll just read. You can read, Prabhuji. Yeah, this is from chapter 6. Yeah, please read.
Yeah. Therefore, the Shastras point out that eligibility for a particular karma must be ascertained until ultimately on the basis of one's guna. Chunamani, uh, what is Tatvik
Tatvika
Shraddha? Tatvik
Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Tatvik Shraddha
Vash-
means I have written their faith in his scriptures, basically. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Please read.
Vaishnav Das Babaji. Simple, guideless faith in the Supreme Lord.
Guileless, not guideless.
Guileless. Okay. That correctly says, so not able to
Guileless,
read that.
guileless, without any. Yeah, yeah.
Simple, guileless faith in the Supreme Lord and
Hmm.
consequently sincere bhakti rendered to Him is known as Tatvik Shraddha. Atatvik Shraddha, unreal false faith in the Lord, is developed in an impious person's heart when he performs only the external aspects and rituals of the worship, and out of pride and greed uses his mask of religiosity to pursue his cherished material goals. This kind of faith is misaligned with the direction of scripture and is therefore designated Atatvik Shraddha.
Hmm. Yeah. Two more slides are there.
Many Mahajans have proclaimed that Tatvik Shraddha means sincere faith in Shastras. A sincere candidate is given eligibility to perform bhakti by this Tatvik Shraddha. Chudamani, some persons have developed faith in Shastras but lack a noble nature. Are they fit Are they fit candidates for bhakti? Vaishnav Das Babaji, one's type by nature, Swabhav, is certainly a deciding factor in deciding the eligibility to carry out a particular karma. But Swabhav is definitely not applicable to the eligibility to perform bhakti, which is solely dependent upon Tatvik Shraddha. Kindly deliberate upon the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.20.27 to 30, 32 and 33.
So here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has used two words in the last line. So Vaishnav Babaji is saying one's type. Okay, these characters are created by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Vaishnav Babaji, Chudamani. This conversation is he has penned it down. So he writes this word is there. See nature. So in Sanskrit or Bengali, he has written as Swabhava. Okay, so Swabhava is certainly a deciding factor in deciding the eligibility to carry out a certain particular karma. But Swabhava is definitely not applicable to the eligibility to perform bhakti. Means if somebody has some impurities in him, that doesn't make him unqualified to practice Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti, like that. And what are the references for this? Same thing what we read earlier. Jat Shraddha Mat Katha. So six characteristics of Vaidhi Sadhaka. He gives those same six things. And what other verses? Apiche Suduracharo, all this. This verse we know very much. That how Krishna also accepts somebody who is having impurities, can practice bhakti, and very quickly he will become righteous. Very quickly he will become a devotee, like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So somebody may tell, okay, then Prabhuji, we are practicing bhakti so many years. If we are practicing Shuddha Bhakti, you are telling, then why we are not becoming pure? We should become na pure. And the anartha should go away. So many years it is still there. So the answer is given in one book called Madhuri Kadamini by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So this has been described by that anarthas go away slowly. Okay, it's not that it happens overnight. So how much time it takes, Prabhuji, then? So he has explained. So there are four types of anartha. Dushkritotta means that which has arisen from dushkriti, doing wrong acts in the past life. So that creates anartha. Anartha means what? Unwanted desire. What is the unwanted desire manifesting as? Lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, pride. So these four types of anarthas can all generate these six sadripu, lust, anger, all this. All are capable to generate all these six. Okay? So, so what happens is Dushkritotta anartha is first one. During the process of bhajan kriya, 75% is destroyed. Okay, and Nishtha stage, it is 100% destroyed, Purna. And Asakti stage is destroyed to the extent that it will never come back. Okay. Second is Sukritotta, that also same. Okay. And Bhaktiotta means that which is arising from Bhakti, not that Bhakti is producing it, but Bhakti gives some benefits like, uh, means, yeah, one may become proud of practicing so many years. Okay, like that. So Bhaktiotta Anatas, Bhajan Kriya, it goes 75%, then Nishtha, Ruchi, it goes 100%. And Aparadotta, this goes very last. So in the past life or this life, we have done Aparad. Okay. Aparad means definition is we have done some acts out of envy, out of jealousy, or out of aversion towards something, not by mistake. That is not Aparad. Aparad means consciously done with a desire to hurt somebody. Those are categorized as Aparad. Okay, that is explained by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the book called uh, what is that book? Vaishnava Aparad, yeah. That book he has explained, yeah. So Aparadota Anarthas. So Bhajan Kriya, Nishtha, Bhava stage, even Bhava one has reached, it's gone only 75%. 25% is still there. 100% will go, means lust, anger, greed, all generated from Aparadha can go 100% only at the stage of Prema. Before that, one can have lust, greed, anger due to Aparadha. Okay. And that is explained in the case of the uh, Bharat Maharaj. Okay, so Vishwanath Thakur has written that in past life he had some residual anarthas because of which he felt attracted towards the deer. Okay, like that. And it was arrangement of the Lord also. Both the things are there. So yeah. So and personal associate when one becomes, then the apradota anartha effects go away completely. So it takes really long time. So one cannot expect that overnight it will happen. I am practicing pure bhakti Prabhuji, then why it's not happening? It's not happening because we might have so many of aparadhas also from past life, which will go away later only. And all of us mostly are at the stage of somewhere bhajan kriya anath nivritti like that, as per the intensity and past life practice also. Okay. So this is what my answer to you, Prabhuji. So I will again go back to the first slide only of this. So and then conclude this. Yeah, so I have said that, not I, Rupa Goswami has said, four parts are there for any practitioner of Uttama Bhakti to check. If these four are there, then one can consider oneself that he is practicing pure bhakti after understanding what each term actually means from the Acharyas and Shastra. Okay, so Anyabhelashita Shunyam, that is being free of the state of having a goal of desires other than bhakti or prema. And jnana karma means the desires or one's goal of attaining liberation or goal of going to Swarga. That should not be there. Anukulyena, basically, favorable attitude towards Krishna is there or not. Favorable attitude to please Krishna is there or not. Favorable attitude to please Krishna as well as other avatars, like that's what is said in the definition, Narsimha or Vamana, anybody. And even okay, that attitude is there or not. If that is there, then third is qualified. And fourth is Anushilanam, continuous. Continuous for sadhakas means every day, not every second. If these four things you are able to do, then my opinion is, according to Rupa Goswami's presentation, is that you are qualified for doing Uttama Bhakti, pure Bhakti. And if somebody says that you have so much of Anartha Prabhu, so much tendency to enjoy sense gratification, all this is there, how can you say ever that you are practicing pure Bhakti? Then we can answer them in this way as presented here, that Anarth Nivritti is part of the process. It will happen. And even though one may be in three modes, one can practice pure bhakti. And there are six characteristics of Vaidhi sadhana, in which one of them is one is wanting to give up, but sometimes he may enjoy sense gratification, but he feels guilty about it. Not that he has a desire and full freedom that yes, I can do it now. I have heard this. Not in that sense, but he wants to give it up seriously. Then one can explain to them that, yeah, Prabhu, you can also read sometimes Bhakti Sam Sindhu and these books, okay, and understand what is definition before speaking, that whether you are practicing or not, and before judging others, okay. One can assess oneself based on his definition, but before judging others, at least one should know what is the definition, okay. So this is what, Prabhu, my answer to your question, but still one question of yours is not answered. I think is that Okay, it just came in my mind. What was the other part you had said? Karmadi anavritam. Okay, somewhere. Okay, you can only tell if it is answered fully or I am assuming something.
But it's clear
Okay, it's clear.
that
Okay.
yeah, at least the goal, uh, philosophically, intellectually, like if we my goal is clear, so it's not about what is happening currently. It's more about uh, where my goal is. So from
Hmm.
that perspective, if we see, then I'm practicing pure bhakti.
Acha. Yes. Just 1 minute. One important message. Yeah. So yeah, that's what is explained, Proji. Abhilasha word is used. Goal. Okay. The anartha shunya is not used. That I explained already. Okay. So anybody else has any question? Then you can ask. Then we can go to the first shloka of NY. Yeah. Please raise your hands and ask question.
In this regards itself, I have one
Yes.
question.
Yes. Yes. You are the first candidate. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Proji, uh, like when we say like this is about like Krishna Bhakti, and the
Okay.
goal we are talking about the goal, that the goal is clear, that we have to got Krishna Prem, and everything is aligned towards that goal. So when we sometimes see that okay, when we initially come to Krishna consciousness, we stop demigod worship, we stop all other activities, but then as a grasta, I have to like participate in our family rituals, and like maybe worship of like giving arga to sun god in the morning. So those things come up, or
Hmm.
sometimes someone may also say that okay, if I worship Lord Shiva, my these diseases may go away, and this I'm desiring so that I become healthy and I can practice Krishna consciousness properly. So that my
Hmm.
goal is clear that I want to practice Krishna consciousness properly, but
Hmm.
currently I'm taking shelter of Lord Shiva and doing that worship.
Hmm.
So how that fits here, like because if we
Okay.
tell okay that is fine, then anything and everything can fit in this big circle, because the goal is
No, no.
clear.
You have two
Yeah.
very different questions.
Hmm,
You completely opposite nahi, very different
hmm,
direction questions. One
hmm.
question you told is that you are supposed to do some family duties which
Yeah,
may not
yeah,
be the limbs of bhakti. How
yes.
to see that? That is one very different direction question. Other one you told that you are doing some things which are not angas of bhakti, but you may be doing it for making your lifestyle favorable for bhakti. So
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
two completely different
yes,
questions.
yes.
Okay. So first question I will answer if I understood it rightly, that you are sometimes supposed to do some things which are not limbs of bhakti, but to keep it going, basically. Whatever
Hmm,
is it is different for everybody. Okay. Somebody it may be grihastha, somebody brahmacharya ashram. Okay. That keep it going is there. So I will show you from the commentary of this same shloka 1.1.11 Krishna, and that's Anya Vilashita Shunyam. Okay. So there in the commentary, uh, it's written the answer to your question. Huh. Yes. So I'm going to share my screen. So you have to read it. Okay. Uh, are you able to see it?
yes, Puji.
My word file. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Read this from here.
The word shunya, devoid, is
Hmm.
not used in the second descriptive phrase as it was in the
1 minute.
first.
1 minute. Yeah. 1 minute. Devotee may be wondering what is this.
First.
This is the commentary of Vishwanath Thakur on the verse Anya Bhilashita Shunyam.
Okay.
Okay. So we are reading that. Yes. Please continue.
The intentions of using anavratam instead of shunya is to forbid only those type of gyan and karma which conceal bhakti. Okay.
Conceal means
Perf-
which obstruct or cover.
After bhakti.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Cover bhakti. Yeah. So those has
Performing
to be given up. Yeah.
hmm, performing nitya karma, daily duties with faith out of fear of sin, if one does not perform them under the authority of rules, is a covering on bhakti
Yeah. Yeah.
as
I will
well.
explain this. I will
Yes.
explain this.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is meaning of this? Performing daily duties, like sometimes, yeah, some devotees may be coming from some background, they may have to do some duties which are not limbs of bhakti, but
Hmm.
in family it is supposed to be done. It's a family ritual, has to be done. Okay, so somebody is performing those things with faith.
Hmm.
What is the
Hmm.
faith? That if I don't do it, my bhakti will be covered.
Word.
If I don't do it, that faith they have.
Hmm,
If
hmm,
I don't
hmm.
do it, I cannot do bhakti properly. If that faith is there, then bhakti is covered. Bhakti avrit ho gaya. He is not doing pure bhakti. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, read ahead.
As well, performing them with faith that they will produce bhakti is a covering on bhakti.
This is another type of covering. If somebody has, first thing is, he has faith that if I don't do this, then I cannot do my bhakti properly.
Hmm,
And then second is, if I perform them, it will uh, produce bhakti.
hmm. Okay. Okay.
Navangas may produce or may not, but this will
Hmm,
surely do.
hmm,
That is
hmm.
again another covering.
Okay.
Whatever coming as my family ritual, if I don't do, then
Hmm,
my bhakti will not continue.
hmm.
That is covering. Yeah, read ahead.
Okay. However, a great devotee is not excluded from pure bhakti by performing Shraddha to Pitas if
Hmm.
it is done without faith in their absolute nature, just to teach the common people.
Huh. So now question is, how should I do then, Prabhuji? These all family rituals and all, what way I should do? Here is the answer. Vishwanath Thakur is giving. So a devotee is not excluded from pure bhakti when he does all these things, Shraddha, ceremony or whatever, Shodash karmas, the Grihasthas may have to do. Okay, all that he will do. But how he will do? Like this, without faith. What is that without faith? Not that I will not do it. I will do it, but they are not going to produce my bhakti. I am going to do it only in a way that it doesn't do anti-preaching. That see this bhakta he is doing going to ISKCON and he's given up all this Shraddha ceremony, all this ritualistic ceremony, and then he has become Hare Krishna. So those people will
Hmm,
never become devotee because they have seen a bad example now.
hmm,
So that is one point. Second is the point that one thinks that this Shraddha I have to do because so that my family at least they are or may not be all devotees, but they will cooperate with me so that I can do my bhakti. He doesn't have faith in that doing it, but I let me do it so that my family members are happy and they will allow me to do my bhakti peacefully because my faith is in bhakti.
hmm, hmm.
In that way, you can do.
Okay.
Is that answering the first part of your question?
Prabhuji, I have different thought altogether from these 2 points. Like
Yes.
what if I do with a mindset that I have to do it so that I maintain the culture in the family, because
Hmm.
I am not sure if my next generation will be taking up pure bhakti totally or not. So
What will be
at
taking
least
up?
this pure bhakti, this
Who
pure
will be
Krishna
taking up?
consciousness, my
Next generation.
next generation, they may take up this Krishna consciousness movement properly or not. So if
Uh,
I at least maintain this culture properly at home,
uh, uh,
they will
uh,
be at least at that sattvic platform, which may
okay.
be favorable for them to take up whenever time comes.
Huh. Yeah, this is a wrong understanding how one takes up to bhakti.
Hmm.
This is not the way one will take up to bhakti. How one takes up to bhakti is explained in the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Uh, I will show you that shloka. You can read it. How one takes up to bhakti. What is the factor which decides that he will take up bhakti now? Okay. Whether is it possible that if I keep the sattvic platform, then one will
Hmm.
take up to bhakti? Is that the reason for one to take up bhakti? Okay. So this is from the 10th canto. Okay. So this shloka is Bhavapa Vargo Brahmatam Swakarma Bhi. Okay. So I'm showing to you this verse. You have to read the translation. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Ah, yes. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Puji.
Yeah. 10:51:53. Deliverance of Muchukunda. भवापवर्गो भ्रमतो यदा भवेत् जनस्य तर्हि अच्युत सत्समागमः सत्सङ्गमो यर्हि तदैव सद्गतौ परावरेशे त्वयि जायते मतिः. Yes. Please read the translation.
When the material life of a wandering soul has ceased, O Achyuta, he may attain the association of your devotees. And when he associates with them, there awakens in him devotion unto you, who are the goal of devotees and the Lord of all causes and their effects.
Very, very good. Yeah. So, what is this line, Prabhuji? Please read it again.
And when he associates with them, there awakens in him devotion unto you.
So, how does devotion awaken in any person?
Association of devotees, sadhu sangha.
Sadhu Sangha. Clear, na?
Yeah.
Not by sattvic bhakti, not by sattvic practice of this family rituals.
Hmm.
Is that answering your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, second part of your question, which was there, I will not answer now. Maybe sometime else we can take. Okay. So, we have spent a lot of time on this. Okay. And it will come ahead. We will discuss it. Tat tat karma pravartanat. It will come. We will discuss. Okay. Anybody else has any question what we discussed today about practice of pure bhakti? Are you practicing or not? If you have any question in deciding or you want to ask something on that, we can discuss. Otherwise, we will go ahead.
Prabhuji, thank you very much. It was very nicely explained. It was solved. The query was solved.
Hare Krishna. Yes, bro. Yeah. Any questions? No, all clear. Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay.
One question, Prabhu. Mr. Ashish.
Yes. Who is asking?
We saw in this SB 105153 that Sadhu Sangha is the only thing I think. So that was my question. Is the Sadhu Sangha only thing which awakens the devotions in any person, or is there anything else also apart from Sadhu Sangha?
Yeah. So Sadhu Sangha is the only thing in the sense that Sadhu Sangha generates everything else. Like somebody we may hear that he has come in association with Prabhupada books. He took up to bhakti. Now that is not sadhu. Book is not sadhu like that. But who has written that book? Who has given his purpose in that book? That is sadhu only. And somebody may tell, oh Prabhuji, somebody just heard a kirtan. Nobody gave him, but he heard, and then he got bhakti. So yeah, but somebody devotee only sang na that. So basically the point is coming in touch with any limb of bhakti, which generally happens through sadhu sangha. Okay, and that sadhu is madhyamadhikari. Okay, it's explained somewhere else. That is Madhuri Kadamini. It explained. Generally, that is madhyamadhikari who gives bhakti to others because he is differentiating among the different categories of devotees. Kanishta cannot give. Uttama is not differentiating. So madhyamadhikari gives. So that's explained somewhere. Yeah. So basically, the point is that sadhu may give prasad, that sadhu may give kirtan, the sadhu may give anything else, books or whatever. Through that person, he comes. So another reference is Brahmand Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. Guru and Krishna's Prasad means mercy. Guru refers to that sadhu only. Okay, that can be Parth Pradashak Guru, that can be Siksha Guru, that can be Diksha Guru, that can be Chaitya Guru. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. Bija, the seed will come only by the association with sadhu. And what does sadhu give? Sadhu gives positive, good impressions that bhakti is a good path. And that is called Agyat Sukriti. He is not knowing that this is Prasad. He is not knowing that this is Kirtan of Krishna. Agyat, it's unknown to him. But when he takes it and accepts it and appreciates it, he is developing bhakti. And when that Agyat Sukriti whole quota is filled 100%, that matures into Shraddha. Then he is qualified to practice bhakti. Okay, so it all starts with sadhu sangha generally, but he doesn't know that that person is sadhu. Okay, and he is Krishna, Hare Krishna Bhakta like that. Yeah,
Thank you.
that is my answer, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Anybody else has any question? Okay, okay. So then we will go to the first verse. Yeah. Okay, are you able to see the Upadeshamrita slides?
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
yeah. Yeah. So Updeshamrita, as we have discussed last time, first verse, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarupastha Vegam, Etan Vegan, Yo Vishahet Dhira, Sarvam Apimam Prithvim Sasishat. So I request devotees can have their hard copy books if possible with them and notes, whatever. So there are 5 commentaries on this as we have discussed last time. We will be taking only Srila Prabhupada's commentary. Okay. And sometimes required, we can take other acharyas like Bhaktisana Thakur and Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Radharaman Goswami. Yeah. So in this particular verse, basically, the Radharaman Goswami is introducing the verse. What is the context of the verse? As we discussed last time, if you remember, these instructions are for Jiva Goswami, given by Rupa Goswami. For the particular reason, he argued with Vallabha Bhatt. Okay. And then here, Radharaman Goswami is going to write that it's actually for the upakar of all the followers of Rupa Goswami and coming devotees. That is going to come. So he is going to set the scene. Radharaman Goswami, he is the first commentator on this Upadeshamrita. Okay. So he is going to set the scene that what is the context and offer his prayers. Okay. So we will read that. Then we'll read Srila Prabhupada's purport. Okay. Yes. So somebody can read. Okay. Pratik Prabhu, are you okay to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Sudesh Prakashika Tika. Let there be all victory for Sri Radharaman. I offer prayers unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is accompanied by the unfettered ascetic Avadhuta, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the identical manifestation of Sri Baladev, by Sri Advaita Acharya, the incarnation of Mahavishnu, by his potencies such as Sri Garadhar, and by his associates like Shivas. I take shelter of that Mahaprabhu who is the fountainhead of all potencies of the world. I offer prayers with great respect and affection unto Sri Rupa Goswami, whose entire wealth is Shringar Ras.
Yeah,
This,
continue.
this means that the sole purpose of his life is to describe Shringar Ras, also known as Unnatojwala Prem Ras, the highest and most radiant divine love of Sri Radha Krishna. He is always immersed in the service of the lotus feet of Sri Radha Govind. He has purified all the living entities of this world by giving instructions on the methodology by which this type of prema may be obtained. I offer pranam unto Sri Gopal Bhattu Goswami, who is very merciful to the destitute and wretched living entities who are enamored with the external energy.
Yeah.
I offer pranam once more unto the ocean of mercy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the incarnation who sanctifies this Kali Yuga, who distributes Sri Harinam and love of God, Bhagavad Prem, and who delivers the souls of this earth. I offer prayers unto Sri Gopinath Das, a disciple of Sri Gopal Bhattu and servant of Sri Radharaman, who has benedicted innumerable living entities by bestowing Sri Gaura Bhakti. I offer pranam unto my Gurudev, Sri Jivan Lal, of whom I am the grandson and servant. Offering pranam unto all of them, I am beginning this brief explanation of the verses of Sri Updeshamrita written by Sri Rupa Goswami for the benefit of the sadhakas. In Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami has defined Uttama Bhakti as the cultivation of activities for Sri Krishna, performed with a favorable mood, which is devoid of all other desires and which is not covered by knowledge aiming at the oneness of the jivas with the Lord, or by activity not meant exclusively for the Lord's pleasure. How can such Uttama Bhakti manifest in persons whose hearts are filled with shortcomings such as lust and anger?
Yeah, so we were discussing something similar, if you remember, in the beginning. That yeah, so heart may be having these all anarthas. So question is, how can Uttama Bhakti come up in those persons? Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, please read.
In the Padma Puran it is said,
Sorry.
Shokamarsi Bhirbhavair Akrantam Yasya Manasam katham tatra mukundasya spurti sambhavana bhavet. How can Sri Mukunda ever be manifest to a person whose heart is invaded by lamentation, anger, and other agitations? The purport of this statement is that when contaminations such as lust, anger, and greed arise within the mind, the six overwhelming passions mentioned in the original verse cause the mind to become thoroughly engrossed in fleeting objects of sensual gratification. The cultivation of unalloyed bhakti is never possible in such a contaminated heart. Therefore, the instruction is given here to subdue these passions which impede the development of bhakti.
Yeah. So this is related to the first verse which we are discussing. Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam. Okay, these six things which are mentioned. So here Radharaman Goswami is saying that cultivation of unalloyed bhakti is never possible in a contaminated heart. Therefore, the instruction is given here to subdue these passions which impede the development of bhakti. Okay, so so those six things which are mentioned here, lust, anger, greed, they all arise in the mind and they are numbered in six. That's Shadripu. Okay, so they are basically he is saying is manifesting in these forms. Vacha Vegam, the Vega, urge to speak, all these six things. He's saying that these anarthas are manifesting in these six forms, basically. That's the original verse of Rupa Goswami. And as we have discussed earlier, first one has to make these six things subside in his mind to the extent that one can start bhakti. Not that it will completely go away for starting bhakti, but it has to subside to some extent at least, so that he doesn't do prajalpa. Okay, and he doesn't have that goal basically of doing vacha vegam, manasa vegam, udara upastha vegam. Okay, these six things he doesn't have his goal. It should subside to that level, then he can start practicing pure bhakti. Okay, otherwise the statement may seem that, oh, one he can never start pure bhakti until unless his heart is contaminated. Then what is the use of the whole presentation, anarth nivritti and all is there in the path? Okay, it will happen. So the whole presentation becomes negative, but that is not the point. We have to understand it that way, that it has to be gone as a goal. It can be there as an anartha, which will be removed. That is the understanding. Okay. So the statement is the cultivation of unalloyed bhakti is never possible in such a contaminated heart. Contaminated heart is that which has goal of those lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, pride. If one has that goal, he is not doing anya bhalashita shunyam bhakti. If one has taken it to be as anartha, then he is qualified. That is the point. Yes, please continue, bro.
The sadhaka who can tolerate these passions can instruct the entire world. The conclusion is that a sadhaka who has conquered his senses and subdued these passions can purify all the jivas of the world by his resolute and pure Uttama Bhakti. Everyone may become the disciple of such a great personality.
Yeah. So Prithvim Sasishyat. He can become the guru of the whole world and everybody else is disciple when the sadhaka who can tolerate these passions can instruct the entire world. So conclusion is saying, yeah, he who has conquered these senses and subdued these passions can purify all the jivas. So that's why Rupa Goswami instructed to Jiva Goswami also that you can instruct all the world just instead of instructing Vallabha Bhatt. Correct. So you have to develop the qualifications for that, like that. Okay. Yes, please continue.
In Bhagavatam, it is said, Vāggadgādāt द्रवते यस्य यत्तं रुदति अभीक्षणं हसति क्वचिच्च विलज्ज उद्गायति नृत्यते च मद्भक्ति युक्त भुवनं पुनाति. My dear Uddhava, my devotee whose voice becomes choked up with prema, whose heart softens and begins to flow with spiritual emotion, who cannot cease from crying even for an instant, who sometimes bursts into laughter, sometimes begins to sing very loudly, abandoning all shyness, and sometimes dances, purifies not only himself but the entire world.
Yeah. Yes, continue.
It is essential to note here that by subduing the six passions described already, what is obtained is merely the qualification to enter the realm of bhakti. These are not direct limbs of devotional service, devotional practice, sadhana bhakti, but rather the doorway through which one may enter the realm of bhakti. Because bhakti is the self-manifest function of the Lord's internal potency, Swarup Shakti. When it makes its appearance, these six passions automatically become pacified.
So yeah, these are not limbs of bhakti as we discussed earlier. Vacho Vegam Manasa Kurodha Vedam. These are all things which are part of maybe the path of Jnana or Ashtanga, where one has to have all these things to start the process. Okay. But in Bhakti, they should not be considered as limbs of Bhakti basically. And they are not the goal also. Okay. So they are favorable. That we have to accept. These things are favorable for Bhakti. So that's why we have to do it. Yeah. Yes. So till here we discussed, and then after this we are going to discuss Srila Prabhupada's commentary. So, but already it is time, and we may not be able to start that. So, and Prabhupada's commentary is quite big. Okay, Anuvritti, and then translation and purport by Prabhupada. Yeah, it's quite big actually. Yeah. So I think we will do it in the next session. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, then we can take. Otherwise, we'll pause here.
Prabhuji, not a question. Wanted that whatever this notes from previous class and this one.
Okay. Yeah, previous class I think I shared in the WhatsApp group. And
Not
this
there.
class.
No,
We could
Prabhuji.
not find it.
No?
You shared for that pre 16th like
Okay.
class, 16th July,
Okay.
16th June.
First and second session we have handbook and the
Okay.
first session.
Okay. Okay. I will send both, Roji. Today's and last times. Yeah, I will send.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
Also, Prabhuji, can you share that uh, like word file or like that section from Vaishnav Chakravarti Thakur's commentary where you were sharing about that duties, household
Yeah.
duties?
Yeah. I will share. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Pratik, you have any question?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Prabhuji, my question is regarding Anya Abhilashata Shunyam. We
Mhm.
see that there are devotees such as Kardama Muni who desired for a wife of light disposition.
Correct.
And we have Dashrath Maharaj also who desired for a son. So these are devotees whom, I mean, at least Kardama Muni and all, they are pure devotees. So how do we take that they have some desires which are not direct devotional service, and Krishna like fulfills that also.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
good question.
desire, although he says also that yes, I know that this is a material desire, but still
Right.
he
Yeah.
is a pure devotee. So then how do we understand this?
Yeah, good question. Yes. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. So as far as I understand my reading of Srimad Bhagavatam is Kardama Muni is not a pure devotee. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written it that he is borderline Karma Mishra Bhakta, basically. Okay. Not a pure devotee. And even if sometimes Samacharya may say he may have to be pure devotee, then also we can discuss, as you said. Then the answer would be that first of all, if he is not a pure devotee, he is qualified to have those desires. And then it's up to Lord to fulfill or not. Okay. And then second, we see if the person is a pure devotee, then as we discussed earlier, there is three stages. Dovetailing stage is also there. Okay, impure stage is there. Then there is dovetailing. Then there is yukta vairagya, and then also fourth stage is that one is completely pure. Okay, spontaneous stage basically. Okay, whatever he does is all into the realm of bhakti. So when there is a semi-pure stage where one is getting purified, so there are some objects needed for their stability in spiritual life or stability in emotional life or stability in his physical basically health or mental life. Some things are required so that he can practice his spiritual life stably. Okay, so those things are called artha. Artha means that which is favorable or desirable for one's bhakti. They are not anartha. Something which is favorable, we have to understand. See, bhakti means 9 limbs plus those things which make those 9 limbs favorable in one's life, or that which make them stabilize in one's life. They are also part of bhakti only. How am I saying this? Bhaktivinoda Thakur says the definition of Sharanagati: Anukulyasya sankalpa, Pratikulyasya varjanam. Okay. Remaining 4 things I am not quoting. These 2 things you take. Anukul, whatever Anukul, favorable, accept it. Pratikul, varjana. Give up those which are pratikul, like prajalpa, all these things we can give up. And accept what is Anukul for bhakti. For somebody, it may be Anukul to accept Grihastha ashram. So one should accept it and stably practice bhakti. His goal is bhakti. But he understands that there is some other need which may not be directly the limb of bhakti, but it's favorable for bhakti. So that is also pure devotional service. Okay. So from where I'm saying, I can show you. This is from same place, 1.1.11, commentary by Jiva Goswami, Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. Okay. Let me go to that place. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just 1 minute, I'm searching it. Okay, till that time, if anybody else has any question, does that answer, Madhu? I will share the reference later. Okay, does that answer the question?
What I understood is that if we
Yeah.
have desires,
Yeah.
which which we need to be fulfilled, because
Yeah.
that is something which we that will be favorable for our bhakti.
Yes,
So
yes.
okay, I mean, this is what I understand.
Right, that's okay because it's favorable for bhakti, and one has doubt, one can still discuss with one superiors, Sajatiya Satovara Snigdha devotee, and discuss whether am I thinking it's just on mental platform, or really it is needed for my bhakti. And according to their guidance of Guru Sadhu Shastra, we can go ahead. Yeah, but if we can see ourselves that it is not favorable for my bhakti, then no need to as such go ahead. Is that okay? Yes, okay, thank you. Yes, Balraj Bro.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
In regards to the first verse, okay, the question that I have is like, what I really want to understand at a core level, okay, is just a thought that is coming in my mind, which I just want to clarify. We're talking about like this Amritam, okay, so in this Rupa Goswami path is actually like, giving nectar. And the first shloka is actually something that is favorable for bhakti. So why did it, like, any references or any reflections why Rupa Goswami path actually instructed something that is just favorable for that is like, probably helping us for bhakti, maybe not essential. After this, whatever instruction we're saying, like, no, they are going to be like all do's and don'ts, whatever is going to be there. So why does the first instruction specifically is like is going to be giving us Amrit? What I'm trying to say.
Yeah. See, he's saying that these all things will make your bhakti favorable. Basically, these are all favorable for your bhakti to stabilize your bhakti. Okay, if these 6 things are there, na, then bhakti cannot be practiced steadily. Also, it cannot be practiced with these 6 things as goal. Vacho vegam, manasa vegam, udara, upastha. All these 6 urges are there. If one wants to keep satisfying it, then practice of bhakti itself is difficult. Like that, it will not be pure bhakti also if one keeps that as goal. So one has to keep the attitude that these I have to minimize. Then one is entering into the bhakti process. They are not limbs of bhakti, they are favorable for bhakti. That's what Radhavaraman Goswami was saying. Okay, is it answering your question?
Yeah, the question is like, why is this was the part of the instruction, and why wasn't it like, a preface to it? Why this has been given as an instruction for me is what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. So I have not read Prabhuji, honestly, anything like that. Why he has kept this as first instruction, I don't know what he has in his mind. Okay. So, but I can understand it's one of the 11 verses, means it's very important. And that's why he has kept it as first verse. That much I can tell. But I don't know why he has kept. Okay. Yes. Okay. So anything else anybody want to ask? Okay, then yeah, thank you very much. So many videos were on, so many devotees to take darshan of. Thank you very much for being so merciful and tolerating me for some time. So tomorrow again 2 hours you have to tolerate. Then you will be free for 5 days. Don't worry. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Shri Upadeshamritam ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Please